How's it going, everybody? I am Mr. Bo, and in today's video I'm going to be giving you a quick little overview of my light level 303 Warlock, show you guys what armor I'm rocking, show you guys what weapons I'm using, and give you a little overview of how I've set up my Stormcaller subclass. So firstly, for my grenades I'm using Storm Grenade, we then have Focus Burst, we have Superconductor, followed by Rising Storm, we then have Transcendence, which I also swap for feedback, and then we also have Electrostatic Mind, which again I also swap for Perpetual Charge, because the grenade kills recharge your melee and vice versa, really helps out when using the Transcendence node. And this is the main sort of loadout I have for my subclass. It doesn't really change much from this, but depending on the situation I will switch a few nodes around just to help me out a bit. So we can then take a look at my weapons, and the main weapon I'm using at the moment is the Telok Exotic Warlock Scout Rifle. This thing is a beast. Again, it is exclusive to Warlock, so you can't use it on a Hunter or a Titan. But the main perk of Overflow, this weapon has better handling, rate of fire and stability while the wielder's super is charged, is super noticeable and makes this gun really shine. If you're perhaps running a Sunsinger Warlock, you don't really use your super too much, you only really use it when you die so you can self-revive, and having this gun mixed with that super is a really good mix. The only other two primaries that I mainly use are the Touch of Malice for the Daughters and Oryx in the Kingsfall raid, and then the Does Not Bow auto rifle, which I will use when I'm doing the gaze on Golgoroth. As for specials, I'm mainly using the Sasano Fusion Rifle. Again, this is the Warlock exclusive. The main perk on this, Elemental Transfusion, causing damage with the subclass abilities will transfuse that damage type to this weapon for a period of time, meaning this gun can be solar, arc or void depending on what subclass you are using. Comes in very useful in different situations. The only other specials I use are the 1000 yard stare sniper rifle, the Conspiracy Theory D shotgun, and then I will also switch to the Black Spindle if I need it. Moving on to heavy weapons, I use the Quillem's Terminus LMG. Now, I've never really been a fan of LMGs, but this thing is an absolute beast in PvP and PvE. It is the raid LMG, but it has really good impact and a really good rate of fire, and I really like it. The only other heavies I use are the Elulim's Frenzy, which is the raid rocket launcher, as well as the Soul Edge Solar Sword. Hopefully on Arms Day this week I'll be able to get my Raised Lighter exotic sword, and I'll be sure to show you guys that. As for ghosts, I use the Kingslayer Shell, a really good ghost to use, and it also has a high defense because it's from the raid. I would like to infuse my Frontier Ghost Shell, but unfortunately they don't allow you to do that, even though there is an option. We can then move on to my armor, and the main helmet I'm using at the moment is the Stag Exotic, mainly because it's my highest leveled helmet, but the perks do come in very handy, and they will come in even more handier when playing in the Trials of Osiris, so that is the main reason I've got this helmet. As for my gauntlets, I have the Infinite Lines gloves. These aren't really anything too special. They increase my melee attack speed and they increase the reload speed with shotguns, though I don't really use shotguns too much. I also have the Impossible Machines, which I really want to level up and then start using, but I need a legendary helmet so I can swap those things around. As for my chest piece, I use the Chasm of Yol, which is the raid chest piece. Again, I mainly just use this because it has a high defense. I'm not really liking the discipline or strength on that. I would prefer intellect, but being able to have increased armor while carrying the relic in the raid is really good, and the gain a boost to recovery per grenade kill, stacks for 20 seconds, is very handy as well. For my leg armor, they are a bit like the gauntlets in the fact that I'm only really using them for their defense. They don't really have any perks that I like, though they do have intellect, which I always like on my armor. Then for my bond, I have the Bond of the Wormlaw, which is the bond from the raid, but I am slowly leveling up my exotic Dead Orbit bond, the Light Beyond, just because I like the look of it, and it increases my reputation with Dead Orbit, which is a very useful thing to have. And then finally, for my artifact, I use the Broken Crown, which is a 310 defense artifact, and I mainly picked this one because melees have a chance to generate an orb when killing a taken enemy, and again that is very useful to have. So that is my armor and my weapons and my subclass. I'll quickly go over my shaders, emblems and ships. As for my shader, I'm using Electric Aquarius, which is the collector's edition shader for the Warlock. For my emblem at the moment, I'm using the Eye of the Storm, which is the Stormcaller subclass emblem. We then have for my Sparrow the S34 Ravensteel, which is the Year 1 VIP reward Sparrow, which is a very cool Sparrow to have. And then for my ship, I have the Chasing Infinity Queen ship, the rarest ship in the game. That is the main reason I actually have it on, just because you could only get it for 1 week, and that was, I believe, in the 3rd or 4th week of Destiny, and you can no longer get it, which is mainly why I put it on. So that is my light level 303 Warlock. I'll be sure to keep you guys updated when I get up to 310 and when I get some new armor and stuff. So let me know if you'd like to see an update when I do get to that level. Let me know in the comments below what your favourite armor piece at the moment is, as well as what your favourite weapon to use at the moment is in the comments below. I'd love to hear. If you guys missed my previous video in which I show you guys how to enter the secret room in the Kingsfall raid, then you can click the image on screen or the link in the description below. Feel free to give the like button a big old hug, subscribe for tons of more Destiny content and coverage. Hope you guys have an awesome day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.